Inter-service pride at stake in Edinburgh as the Army and RAF Scotland teams faced off against each other. And it was the Air Force that took the early lead, Kieran Jenkins putting 3 points on the board with a penalty. But the Army soon came back into the game. Private Muratoki showing a clean pair of heels before offloading to Fusilier Raivu for the first try of the match. But the RAF regained the advantage. The Army's defence letting Ollie Coulson through for their first try. The RAF were beginning to dominate the game and it soon showed. The Maul gaining ground easily for Dylan Martin to cross the line for a 17-5 lead. With half-time approaching, the Army were looking to get into the dressing room with a reduced deficit. And it was the RAF caught sleeping. The play being brought back for an earlier penalty. And some quick thinking by Muratoki, getting the soldiers within a score at the break. The interval must have come at the right time for the Army, as they came out quickly after the half-time break. Private Vaka Kokaivalu getting them level early in the second half. It was the Army now in the ascendancy, with Rifleman Tuliva going over to put them in the lead once again. Before the scoring was completed by Private Navalini Kovu to give the Army a 31-17 win in the end.
The first half, it was quite scramble, and then the second half is when we come back into our structure and we play with that. Hence, we achieved a nice victory today.
I think we did pretty well. It's quite a new squad this year, so we were trying to get our basics right, which I think we did. But yeah, it's hard coming up against a side that are obviously they play together quite a bit. But I think on the whole we did pretty well. We're pretty proud of ourselves, I think.
It's second time in a row. Hopefully, we're going to continue as a tradition, and then keeping the game, the cup with the Army for the few years to come.
So the Army retain the silverware and the bragging rights ahead of the tri-service competition later in the year.
2, 3, Army!
David Sybills McCann, Forces News, Edinburgh.